What's the most body-freezing confession you've heard that someone casually throw into the open? My grandmother married a man who was almost 20 years younger than she was, shortly after my sister and I were born. When we were about 2 years old, our mother went into a psychiatric facility, and we were placed in our grandmother's care. About 4 or 5 months later, my sister developed what my grandmother thought was a UTI. Upon examination, it was discovered that she actually had gonorrhea. Long story short, there was an investigation, and my grandmother's husband was arrested. Nearly 2 decades passed, and although my grandmother had divorced this man, she remained friends with his two sisters. The youngest sister was about 15 years younger than her brother. We were having a 4th of July celebration, and both sisters were in attendance. They told my grandmother that her ex-husband had been released from prison and was being housed in a facility for sex offenders. That's when the older sister dropped the bombshell. It didn't stop him last time, and it won't stop him this time. We all just stared at her in shock. What do you mean, last time? Apparently, shortly before marrying my grandmother, he had been released from a mental institution after being hospitalized for molesting his youngest sister. The entire family knew he was a pedophile, but kept it to themselves because he had committed his first act, while he was technically still a minor, 17, and they had hoped that the hospitalization had cured him. Then, after he reoffended, they simply didn't mention any of this for nearly 2 decades, all while remaining close friends with our family, despite how devastated we were by his actions. Needless to say, we all cut contact with them,